Today I'm going to create a semi-natural look with a nice bold lip. So let's jump right in. I am applying a silicone-based primer to my face. Silicone primers are best for drier skin that is not acne prone. But let's backtrack for a sec. First, I used Paula's Choice exfoliate on my face. Then I used this beautiful eye cream by Grace and Stella. And I finished it up with my Revision Skincare. It's skincare and SPF combined. Once all that was soaked into the skin, then I applied that primer. And I take the primer right up under my eyes. Since it is slightly blurring, I like to go ahead and apply a little to my neck as well. And then I'm going to use my eye primer on top of my eyelids. Most of the time, face primers and eye primers are not interchangeable because eye primers are designed to soak up the oils on the eyelid and hold your makeup in place, whereas you would choose a face primer based on your skin's needs. You may be tempted to use your eyelid primer under your eyes, and that would be a no-no in most cases. Trust me, I've tried it. And I'm going to use a very inexpensive Maybelline 30-Hour Wear Foundation. And we're going to use a new brush set that MOTD sent me. This is the Chick Happens Contour and Highlight Makeup Brush Set. This one's for highlighting. This is your beautiful soft powder brush. Oh my gosh, I could play in that all day. Then there's the sculpting brush and the buffing boss. I am super anxious to try the buffing base boss. And right off the bat, I start making mistakes because this foundation actually is supposed to be done in sections because it dries really quickly. And I got so excited about those new brushes that I just put it all over my face. So I'm buffing like there's no tomorrow. And if you have never had nice makeup brushes before, you have no idea how amazing these feel on your face. They feel so good, you just want to keep going and going and going. Now, I don't earn anything from this, but these are super amazing soft brushes. And already I can tell a huge difference between what I was using previously for brushes and this amazing blending brush. So I'm just continuing to blend and get it all the way down my neck. This is really kind of the wrong color for me for foundation, so the more I blend, the more natural it's going to look. And finally, I'm ready to go ahead and grab my contour brush. I'm going to use a little bit of contour powder and work it off on my wrist just to make sure that I'm using just a little bit. I'm just doing a light contour today. And the palette I'm using is called the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt Contour Palette, and it's in the light. Don't worry about all of this stuff. Everything is literally typed out for you in the description, and I'll also put it in the first comment at the top. I want you to know that I'm really trying to get all of these things and make them easier for you to access. And even if you're just looking at it and not buying it, it's so much fun if you can actually find it. Now, I have a really high forehead, so I'm always going to do a little bit of contouring there just to sort of give it the illusion that I've shortened it a little. Now, at 55, I am definitely not a powder person, but I did find this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. And I have to say that it looks pretty amazing. As long as I don't go anywhere near my under eyes, it's awesome. It is infused with hyaluronic acid and a vitamin C complex. Applying a little lip conditioner before I line my lips with my Maybelline Clear Lip Liner. Since it's clear, you don't have to be meticulous about it. I just kind of sketch it around my lips and then blend it with my finger. And where I have acne scars or a little bit of a deeper wrinkle, I just go ahead and work it in there as well. Then it's time for my hydrating lipstick, which is a nice bold red, and it's in the color Desire. I personally find it so much easier to use the clear lip liner when I'm going to do a bold color. To me, it reduces chances of making mistakes. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle lip gloss over top of that, and I'm just putting it on my hand and then dabbing it on because I don't want to get that red lipstick all over my wand. Have you ever had a blush palette so long that you thought, oh my gosh, when am I ever going to be able to finish this up? Well, this is mine. So I just take that big, soft, fluffy brush and combine everything all at once. By the way, I just wanted to thank you really quickly for watching my videos and for subscribing. As a reminder, make sure that your little dinger bells are set so that when I do post a video, it will tell you. Now at this time, YouTube will not alert you if a short video is uploaded, but I believe they're going to change that probably in January. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Now, while I was blathering on, the lady on the screen started with a new eyeshadow palette, and it's the True Nude Eleman Beauty eyeshadow palette. I actually got this one on Ipsy. To softly frame the under eyes, she uses a very large brush. and sweeps it all the way to the inner corner of her eye, where most people her age would consider the danger zone. And then she brings it way above her open eye area. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I think I've had too much coffee. Anyway, now that her eyes are softly framed, she's going to blend it all together with windshield wiper strokes while mimicking wild turkey sounds. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm so goofy today. I decided to go ahead and use this beautiful rose quartz and add just a little bit of light shimmer right there in my eye. Sometimes I think it's a lot of fun to do this because it just gives you that little pop of color to make your eyes pop. And oddly enough, this does not bother my sensitive eyes. Once I've got that blended out, I'm just going to grab one of my eyebrow stencils that I have from my Brow Trio set. And I'm just using my LSC brow powder. It's waterproof, and I'm using a little eyeshadow brush. If you have an eyebrow kit and you run out of your pomade or your powder, you can just use a matte eyeshadow. And then if you're worried about sweating it off, then you can just spray your face with setting spray once you're done, and it'll stay in place. I really do love this LSC brow powder though. It goes on nice and soft, and also in the summertime when I jump in the pool, as long as I don't rub my face, this will actually stay on through swimming for about 30 minutes. And then I like to take a Q-tip and just soften up that inner part right there. And that's just micellar water on a Q-tip to clean up areas around the eyebrows. And that's really, really helpful because you don't want to be adding concealer if you're trying to correct, where you've put a little bit too much or where you want to clean it up. And then my one best tip for using eyebrow mascara is to make sure you clean all of the stuff off of the wand before you go to your eyebrow. Otherwise, you could have a giant blob on there. You can always add more, but once you get a giant blob on there, you're kind of stuck with it. And then I love this Lift and Snatch pen by NYX to fill in like some little realistic looking hairs in areas that maybe I missed or I just needed a little bit more. To me, this pen reminds me of a really watered down felt tip eyeliner. And while it's not designed to use like this, I just went ahead and used it because it's so light to give my eyes a little bit more definition. And it's very, very fine point. I've never seen an eyeliner with such a fine point that was also a light color, so it's kind of cool. And then when I'm doing a more natural look, I definitely don't use concealer under my eyebrows or even around them at all. I'll just use the micellar water and a Q-tip. But if I want to go and do, the extra mile on my look, I'll go ahead and use the concealer. Now, if you're one of those people that when you wear mascara, it gets all over your face, all over your eyes, or you have very watery or sensitive eyes, this mascara is amazing. It doesn't smudge no matter how watery your eyes are. In fact, I had a good 10-minute cry yesterday in mine. And as long as you don't wipe your eyes, it's going to stay all nicely in place. Now I'm filling in a little bit here with that little Lift and Snatch pen that I used on my eyebrows. And then as a final step, I'm going to use my eye cream again. I need all the moisture I can get. And that one by Grace and Stella is actually an eye cream for dark circles, bags, and puffiness too. Plus, it's not expensive. Then I just take a tiny, tiny bit of concealer and tap it right there on the inner eye. And then I'm going to put just a tiny bit in that red area right there. And that's it. I'm done. Do the other side. And now I have a nicely hydrated eye area. Since I didn't do anything with my hair, I figured I'd go ahead and throw on a wig just to see what it looked like. This is a brand new one. And here's what it ended up looking like. Then I realized that my pretty natural look was just a little bit too light for that dark wig, so I added a little bit more of a darker shade right there in my crease. Otherwise, I was just going to look a little too washed out. And you'll see when we get to the end that I've included a little clip where I have the same exact makeup on and I just have a different color wig. And so it's interesting to see how the makeup looks so much different between one wig and the other. This has been so much fun. Thanks for watching.